All right, hi James and Sebastian. My name is Austin. I'm a student physical therapist. I'm going to be helping you guys learn how to juggle. So your goal is to get into clown school, correct? Okay. When is the clown exam?
So it's coming up in the next month. So we have about 3 sessions.
So you take yours really soon. I don't have mine until April.
That's great. So we've got a couple months or a couple weeks to get you guys to do some juggling. So first, I just want to get a baseline ability to juggle before we start the exercise program. So I'm going to have you go first, James. I want you to just go with 2. So I want you to try to alternate 2.
All right.
So just come back and forth. There you go. Now see if we can do it continuously. So without any. Okay. And now try to throw in the third one.
Throw in the third one?
Throw in the third one.
All right. Okay, just a sec.
Okay, let's try it one more time.
All right. This is not good. All right.
Okay. You definitely have some pretty good baseline coordination, so we'll be able to build up from that. Now let's see, Sebastian. I go with 2, so just go with 2. Just go 2 back and forth. Just a little bit lower if you can. Keep going. Try to make it a continuous motion.
Oh God. That ain't right.
No, we'll throw in the third one. Okay. One more track. All right. So not too bad of a start. Not a good start. Not too bad of a start. So we're going to be going through a couple exercises that you guys can do on your own to improve your hand-eye coordination a little more.
All right.
All right. Cool.
Do you think how's the outlook look for us?
Looks good. Looks positive. So we already got a good baseline. So we're gonna just move from there over the next few weeks. All right. So before we start doing a couple exercises, do you guys have any questions about where we're going and what we're gonna be doing at all?
No. You have any questions?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, great. So we're gonna get started. First, basically the way this is gonna go is I'm gonna demonstrate it and then I'll have you guys perform it. We're gonna do about a minute each exercise and then we're gonna move to the next one.
Sounds good.
So this first one, we're just gonna have 2 balls and we're gonna be working on hand-eye coordination. So we're gonna have our elbows at our sides, we're gonna be throwing them up into the air and then catching them. But the thing here is when you think about when you're juggling in the future, you're not looking at your hands while you're juggling, you're looking up here. So as you're throwing it up, I want you to be only looking at the balls and not looking at your hands to catch. So we're gonna start a minute of just throwing 2 in the air, elbows at your sides, trying to catch them. And then while you're doing this, I'm gonna be monitoring any errors that you might run into. So an error in this situation would be you dropping the balls on the ground. There we go, there's an error, there's one. Okay, looks good.
Should we be throwing them a certain height or?
Not above your head, so you don't need, right at about the top of your head, so you don't need to go super high, but the important thing is making sure you're looking
out in front
and not at your hands.
Is there any cues for where we should be looking? Is there
So your eyes should be following the balls when they are getting up to your eyes, but I don't necessarily want you to look at your hands.
Okay. Perfect.
We're gonna do
Thank you.
10 more seconds.
I've dropped it 4 times.
Oh, you're doing fine. All right, now we're gonna move on to the next one. So we're gonna have.
How was that?
That was good. So you guys were doing pretty good. There were a few errors, but it's the first time you've ever done that, so it's expected. Now we're gonna get into, we're gonna be alternating. So we're gonna have the same thing. Instead of coming up and catching, we're gonna try to throw them up at the same time, right in front of our eyes, and catching them in our hands. So throwing them up at the same time. We're gonna do that for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna switch the direction. See, switching it is a little more difficult. So So
You're
we're
gonna
gonna go.
tell us when to switch.
Yep, I'll tell you when to switch. So we're going here, 30 seconds, and then we're gonna switch. See? There you go. You got yours. So we're gonna go now. Keeping the elbows at your sides. All right, now switch directions.
This is hard.
Yeah, switching it. Switching it is a little hard. We got a couple more seconds, about 10 more seconds.
I'll get those last reps in.
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Good.
Any feedback
That was
in
good.
there?
So I did sort of throw in that little twist, to switch directions because you're probably gonna throw with your dominant hand. So we're gonna when I had you switch directions, we're sort of throwing in like a non-dominant just to be balanced, I guess. So, but overall, you performed as I expected, so that's good. Now we're gonna get into holding on to the third ball. Actually, no. Before we do that, we're gonna do we're gonna be alternating hands, but we're gonna throw them at different times. So instead of throwing them simultaneously like this, we're gonna be throwing one and then the other, catching. Trying to keep the elbows at the sides. That's the running theme is keeping those elbows at your sides.
How about the elbows?
How about the elbows? Maybe scoot it away from each other a little bit because you're going to be more likely to throw them far.
Okay.
So we're going to do this for a minute.
Good.
There you go.
Just- Man.
All right, I got another 10 seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1. Good.
Okay.
All right, so again, that's throwing. That's another progression that we sort of made there, and you guys are handling it fine. There's just a couple errors there, but over time, we're going to be looking to reduce the number of errors that we're doing when we're doing those exercises. So now the last one that we're going to do today. Can I have that third one? So now we're going to throw in a third ball, and we're just going to alternate. So we're going to be throwing it like this. Alternating, not at separate times, at the same time, and we're just going to have this third ball in our hand because eventually we're going to have 3 to start when we move on to a little more challenging things. So we're going to have one ball in our hand that's just going to stay there, and then we're going to practice catching one of the balls with another ball in our hand. We're going to do that for a minute. There's your third one,
Sweet.
and then this will be the end of our session after we get this done.
Okay.
1 minute, starting now. So remember, I just want you to throw them at the same time.
Okay.
There you go. Without looking at your hands, looking at the balls.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Here's a one to work with. Oh, boy.
20 more seconds. So this one's hardest for you, James.
This is the hardest one for me so far. I've dropped it almost every time. I think that adding the ball to it, it's making it very.
You said you're taking a common exam in a month?
Yeah, good luck.
I should wait till April.
You might
Alright.
need to reschedule to April.
All right, that's good. We're good.
So-
So that was the hardest for you?
Yes.
Why was that the hardest?
I think just having the extra ball in my hand, because I know we need to progress if I'm gonna take this exam. I need to get the ball in my hand. But I think just having the ball in my hand really made it difficult to just focusing on having that extra object in my hand.
Yeah, and there's less space for you to catch, so it's more likely to fall out. All right, so that's it for our session.
Are we going to be doing these at home?
Yes. So I want you to do the one that was least difficult for you. So I want you to be doing that. So the most difficult was the lesson that we just did. What was the easiest for you?
The easiest was just straight up and down.
Okay.
The first progression.
And the second progression, how was that? Was that okay too?
It was
where
good.
we alternated.
Yeah, how was that for you?
It's good.
So I want you guys to be doing these almost every day. So every day, once every day, for about a minute each. So get 2 balls, and we're gonna go a minute, and then we're gonna go a minute. So that's how I want you to continue practicing until our next session.
So the first 2 progressions every day for a minute.
Yep.
And the
Minute
next
each.
Minute each. So the first 2. Okay.
Exactly. And then remember, we're actually going to throw in alternating the direction.
All right.
As well. So we'll go here for 30 seconds, and then alternate.
Okay, so alternate after 30 seconds. Okay, perfect.
And then we'll see how you're doing during the next session, and then we'll try to add in a couple more things.
Sounds good. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right, James, Sebastian, the session's done. So I just want to do one quick check on juggling ability, just to compare to when we started, seeing if things have been working. So I'll have you first just try to do juggling with the 3. Okay, we got 2. So let's get the third one. Let's try it again. All right, so it looks a little better. Not that much better, a little better. So what we're gonna do, just to maybe check your ability with some of the other exercises we've been doing, the more challenging one for you was the 2 in the one hand, and then the 1 in the other hand, and switching back and forth.
Okay.
So we'll do that one to sort of gauge.
So just by keeping this in my
Yep. So keep
that one.
keep 2 in one hand, and then alternating. Yep. And then keeping those elbows at your side, throwing them. There we go.
I feel like I'm not dropping it as much.
They actually look a little bit better.
That's true, you do.
Nice. All right, good. So you've improved there, which is good. We're just gonna have to keep working on that whole juggling part. Sebastian, I'll have you do a couple rounds of juggling with all 3, compared to the first one.
What?
Pressure's on.
I got it.
Oh.
Okay, a couple cycles there. That's good. There you go. All right. Do one more time. Try to keep the feet stationary. Try to throw it up, not all the way up out in front of you out here. Keep the elbows in. Let's go for it.
I can't get past the second one.
Yeah.
Still a lot of progression.
But yeah, you definitely have improved since the beginning. So like I said, I want you guys to do those first 2 exercises, those first 3 exercises that we did to start. That's 2 simultaneously and alternating. Let me just show you to finish up here. So we're gonna go here a minute, here for a minute. And then if you're comfortable, we'll do alternating for a minute.
Okay.
And then do that every day, just 1 minute each, and then we'll make some progressions possibly during our next session. Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Good job.